Test, test. I don't think Conduit is better than Vindicator necessarily, but the thing is, so currently there's a really good trait line. Retribution, very good trait line right now. It gives you, resolution, which means that one of the things that Revenants is weak to, which is Condies. You're pretty weak to Condies as a Revenant, pretty much always. You have something against that. You have extra dodges, which is never bad. And then you have just extra damage. So it's just like pretty like good damage and survivability in this straight line. But if I re-roll to Vindicator, you'll see that this trait just gets reduced. So it does 10% here. Now it does 25%. This does 3 seconds of vigor. Now it does 1 second of vigor. So Vindicator was too broken, and they nerfed it with Retribution. So Retribution is just not... It's not good on Vindicator at all. But Vindicator is really good. So I would even say Vindicator by itself is better than Conduit. But Retribution is like one of the best trait lines right now as well. So it's like Conduit with Retribution is good, but Vindicator with Salvation or Devastation is also pretty good. But they also kind of nerf Salvation. So it's like Vindicator doesn't have good trait lines to run besides Devastation. And Conduit has a lot of good stuff it can run. How do I... There we go. What thief builds you like? Is Deadeye Rifle a thing? Yeah, go to guildgen.com. Always go to guildgen.com. You don't ever have to ask me that question because you can see on guildgen.com. Or you can type !build. I mean, Conduit is not really amazing at duels, to be honest. It's pretty good against... Oh, another thing is Conduit has Hex-Eater Vortex, which makes it even better against Condies. Oh, what the... I was showing you, and now I removed my... That's a yikes. No swap. Okay, so that's support. Should always go for the necro because you just have so much damage. Oh, look at that damage, bro. Boom. They just knocked me away. So this is their spawn point, so they're just going to get more reinforcements eventually. So we need to either Get something done or get out eventually. The power. This is, yeah, I'm playing that build right now as well. I can't really support allies. So here's another thing. Conduit is pretty selfish. For the most part, it's very selfish. Vindicator, if you go into, what is it, Alliance Stance, the Kurzik side of the Alliance Stance has a lot of team support. So in that situation right there, I'm just like, what can I even do to help my teammate? Whereas if I played Vindicator, bro would be out of there safe and sound. Gotcha. Wait, can bro not go in the gate? There's better team play, I think, with Vindicator. But also, like... What is bro doing to me? I'm just... I'm getting farmed on the wall, man. Gonna swap target. Yeah, see, they're coming back now. That was a 3k per hit. Holy. Yeah, no, they're coming back. I've got a Spellbreaker tether on me. It's just over, bro. It's just over. It's just over. It's not over. This guy keeps running at me, I can just do this. That's the thing, like, you can't really play too aggressively against my build, because if you do, I get a lot of value out of just, like, throwing damage on myself. Yeah, sweep. It's just, you just do a ton of damage. Like, that's the entire point of Conduit, is just stat check them by doing insano damage. Upcoming balance patch is going to affect any of the recent builds you put out? Well, it's definitely going to affect Antiquary. It's definitely going to affect this build. Although, I think it only affects the PvE version of it. I don't think the builds, like, you don't change them. They're just going to change in the way that you pilot them or in their power level. But it's going to be pretty much the same choices in terms of the build. So if you want to play them right now, they're good to play still after the patch. Killing the enemy also helps. That is true. It does help to kill people faster. That relieves pressure, but in some situations you can't do that. Got the unblockable. I need to go to the back of the thing there so I don't get interrupted in my knockback. There's an Asura on me. Same guy. Put the sweep on myself. He had to dodge that. Okay, well, we're going to get respawns again, so what's the decision here? We're going in. Well, maybe not. He got way too far from me. Oh, this guy's just standing in my AoE. Don't have unblockable right now. They're just spamming a mob on me. Okay, it's fine. Sweep him. Dude, the sweep is so good. Landing like a full-on sweep just feels amazing on Raza. I can heal my allies with shield. I can do that. Oh, they're all dead. Yeah, we're all dead. Is this unblockable? It is. Yeah, it's unblockable. Oh, he's so done for. Double a mob. It's a block. Going in 3. We have like no health here. Sure about this guy is? Get away from that. He's ulting. Boom. Damage. Okay, maybe not. Missed. Missed. I'll cleave. You guys res. Maybe. Yeah, they just kind of keep respawning, so we can't just stay there forever. Unless we have minstrel support. Ah. Good rally. Can't target this thing. Oh, it didn't give me the extra hit because I missed. I missed, bro. Okay, there's only... How many on me? Look at that. The Ascalonian fighter's blocking. Come on, give me that deer. Give me that deer. Give me that deer. Got the extra one? We are so out of danger. Look at that mobility. Absolute mobility, bro. A ranger build with good sustain? Do you want 0 mobility or do you want some mobility? If you want 0 mobility, I can give you the best brawly build. It's the Mace Untamed. Mace Sword Warhorn or something. Absolutely disgusting. Let me guess, are you a thief main? Only a thief would think that that's disgusting. Because they think that they are entitled to mobility or something. Okay, so there's 2 blue. This guy's running... What is he running? I'm gonna die here. Oh, I didn't. I didn't die. He dodged randomly? Oh my god, the reflect. He just dodged again. Is he, oh, he's Earth, whatever it's called. Getting CC'd. Kind of annoying, to be honest. Like, he's not really doing much. He's just taxing me of my time. Yeah, he dodges backwards. So he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to conclude the fight, clearly. How good is Conduit? It's bad. Don't play it. Some mobility? Well then... You probably want the Spear Untamed. If you want mobility but brawlery... Ranger build. I am a Revenant. You know, I'm a Revenant hater. I do not like Revenant's design. But at the same time, well, I do think my Revenant is pretty clean. Are they on our bridge? Luminary and Scrapper. Okay, wait for his thing to run out. Big, look at that damage, dude. I just auto attack this to win, right? Just stat check him. Give him the old sweeping. Holy. Give him another sweeping. There's a hammer Gale shot right here. Yeah, the Twin Moon sweep cleave is just insane. What spec am I digging the most? Well, I had a tier list. I said Antiquary and Amalgam were the highest tier, but I think Troubadour, like, I don't know, I like Troubadour a lot. I haven't really played much of Ritualist or Gale Shot. Those are the two videos I still need to do. By the way, the Ritualist video is going to be crazy. I can already tell because I'm waiting for the new changes to do the Ritualist build, because I'm going to use the new spec or whatever, the new traits that they are changing in the balance patch. But why are we chasing a thief underwater, bro? Get me out. He's going for straight me, man. I can't touch him. He's annoying me to death. Bro, I'm stealth. I'm dead. Fucking thief, bro. You guys baited me to chase a thief underwater, man. Unforgivable sin. He misses steal. Nice. Yeah, no, I'm not going under the water with a fucking thief, bro. Gravity well. Yeah, that is a little bit of a trade-off, the elite skill there. Because I don't really use tails on my power Troubadour. I use pretty much all core stuff, but the shatters are just really good. Actually, let me think about that. Why don't I just run my Troubadour power build on like power chrono? One, or I guess I could run on Virtuoso is actually better, but one, more CC. Two, I don't need blades or clones. I can just use them and get them at full. Well, I do kind of need them at... I can kind of use them without notes, but I kind of need to use them with notes at the same time. How do I like the changes? They're okay. I would prefer that they didn't delete the warrior staff. Some of the changes feel like they just kind of do things to change things, but for the most part, they seem okay. Is that who I think it is? CDG. No, it's not. It's not Caffeinated Dad. I didn't stream on Twitch. No, I'm not streaming on Twitch. I have 20,000 followers there, though. I might stream back there again if they make their platform better, but I feel like they're not making it better. When they like have ads, like the worst ads I've ever seen, it's not enjoyable. Everyone always complains about ads on Twitch. I get that they they run the show there, but I don't really think that that's necessary to be that greedy. The way they design it. I'm not going to go through another rant, but they basically design the ads to be user unfriendly too. World v World hard to get into? Yes. Yes, it is. It is very hard to get into. Because you need to know everything about World v World before you get into it. So it's actually better to have done PvP before you do World v World. Because then you know a lot of the things that you need to know for World v World, like combat, team play. But if you try to learn all that while trying to figure out the objectives in World v World are pretty convoluted as well. You don't know exactly. I mean, it makes sense, like, okay, just take towers, right? But it's not like PvP where there's 3 objectives. There's 20 objectives at any given time or more. And knowing how to play outnumbered and stuff like that is more punishing, because you can be 1v20'd and your team gets nothing if you get 1v20'd. Whereas in PvP, if you get 1v2'd, at least your team is 2v1'ing somewhere else. So you should, I don't think you should World versus World first. You should PvP first, because you'll learn a lot faster that way. But who am I to stop you, man? Don't jump in the deep end if you want. I mean, that's what I did, but the thing is, when I did it, everyone else was trash at the game, just like me. So I didn't have the issue of, fighting extremely better players than me. So I honestly can't tell you what would be the best way to play the game again, because I don't know it. But based on my reasoning, I would say play PvP. How do you play against Ellie as Vindicator? What kind of Ellie? Gotta be more specific there. And I think that you probably won't even be able to answer that question, which is kind of like the answer to the question, is like, you gotta figure out what their build is and then figure out how you can play that matchup based on that. If you knew that, then you wouldn't have to ask me, right? So it's like, try to figure out their build first. See what they're playing, and then see like what iterations of that build exist, and like how you could play that yourself. And maybe not play it necessarily, but just see how you can counter it. But if you have no idea what they're playing, you can't even begin. Oh, that's gonna be a lot. We already dead? Oh, it's a Signicata. Bro can just stay in there forever. Except when he's getting a mob spammed. Don't really have a good target here. Gotta get this cripple off me. Ah, there's just a DH spamming his F1 on me. Fun. I can get out though. Okay, this is gonna be how I get out, right? No? Just a Scourge spamming on me. Maybe we can do damage to this. My God. I think we can make it out. I think we can make it out, boys. I think we can make it out. I think we gonna make it out, boys. Nah, bro. It's cringe. Don't come at me just to spam F1 on me. Okay, this guy has Earth Relic. Wait for it to go out. Mobilize spam. He is just a tanky boy. Let's go for someone that's a little bit more meaningful there. It's only slow and burn, okay. Oh, I can peel for my allies with slow, I guess. We kind of need to, like, get out of here, maybe, but there's a down, so I guess we go back in. Immobilize, there's his, whatever it's called. Misform, but he's got too much immob now. Where'd he go? Oh, missed. That was a pretty good escape though, huh? I was like, nah, I'm not making it out of there. I'm just not. Aurora and Vision? I mean, yeah, it's definitely possible. I'm pretty sure you can make that by yourself. You might have to do a meta event, but people still do those meta events, yeah. Greatsword, Sword, Shield. The thing is, like, Greatsword like on paper does more damage, but in practice does less damage. It's just you literally do more damage with short bow. Just because you can hit things from range. And it has good power modifiers. Like, just, you do insane damage with short bow. Okay. F1 incoming or what? It's like a mini Zerg because I have a support. Like just running at me with support. We need to go for a target though. We need to find one target. Is that only for conduit that short bow does more damage? No, but here's the thing. What else are you going to run short bow on? Renegade actually does short bow very well. I've seen people run Vindicator short bow, but it doesn't really make sense because the whole idea of, oh, you do less damage if you're not in melee range also applies to like the dodge. Like you need to dodge on top of your enemy, so you need to be in melee range anyways to hit people as Vindicator. So if you're not in melee range, you're just doing it wrong. You shouldn't be using short bow on Vindicator. But yeah, Renegade, it works. Herald, I don't think it works very well, but I guess in theory it could. Oh my god. I'm getting focused. Watch this though. The wall? The wall? I doubled up on the wall? Now they're being focused. We gotta go for one target here. That's a support. Maybe we can go for this vert. He's really low now. That's a big burst. That's our target then, the vert. And this is a vert too. There's distortion. I'm gonna wait for one dodge. Shield block. He poured it out. He's a good target though. We still need to go for it. There's a second distort. Get the down. That's counting cooldowns, boys. Holy, look at the damage, but they still get the revive. Holy crap, bro. They give up a lot to go for that, because they gave up their Soul Beast frontline. I'm sure this guy's low on cooldowns too. Okay, I get feared, but we got his block out of the way. Auto attack him, and just look how much damage I do with Impossible Odds. That's another thing, is Impossible Odds, I can channel that more with Conduit because of the lower cooldown on my weapon swap, or legend swap. So I run out of energy at the same time, but I am able to swap sooner. So technically I run, the amount of time where I run out of energy is lower if I play very aggressively. Whereas if you play any other elite spec, you run out of energy and then you're just sitting there for 4 seconds doing nothing, like a sitting duck. So that's another thing, like I can just channel Impossible Odds, so I can just freely cast with that. But Renegade is also very good with it, yeah. Unblockable. See if I can Jade win this. I'm going to conserve my energy so I can pour it again. This guy's a tanky build. I don't know what shield I should use. Should I use how come your port doesn't work on walls? It has to be a specific point on the wall. So you can see right here, this wall. You can target this wall. But this isn't targetable here. If I detarget and I'm clicking here, it doesn't target anything. So this targetable wall here, I can port here, and now I get it, and then skip that, and then port here, I get it again, and then that's the third one, so I don't have to hit a wall again. But the issue with that is, in some situations, you port, and then you need to immediately port again, right? Because you're being chased, and you need to create as much distance as fast as possible. And so you can't really afford to, like, cross that little gap there and get to the next wall. So, yeah, can be a little bit difficult sometimes. Good questions, though. No problem. Yeah, we're kind of in a content drought in terms of, like, I could be making content right now, but it would just be a waste of time to do it. So I'm just kind of waiting. And I did this story. Okay, he's gonna knock me back. Yo, don't steal my gains. Don't steal my gains. He just dodged. Nope, he's getting stability out the wazoo. Look at that damage, though. Okay, we baited out his block. He's in air, so I don't need to trade. Dodges fire burst. I missed. Let's give him weakness. The thing is, like, he kind of counters the projectiles, though. Am I roaming with Jen? Yes. Any weapon substitute for a non-Soto user. So instead of shield? Wait, so you can't use greatsword. Or, wait, you can't use shortbow either. True, because shortbow is from Renegade. You'd have to use sword, and hammer. Yeah, I think that's the only thing you can do is sword, hammer. Top 5 specs. You know, I got a tier list on my what class should you play video. I think Willbender, Daredevil, Chronomancer, Is Berserker? Yeah, Berserker is probably up there. I need one more. Spear? Well, yeah, I guess you could use Spear. But I would rather use Hammer than Spear, to be honest. Honestly, I was fighting a Hammer Conduit earlier and he beat me because he was just spamming the Hammer 1 on me. And I was overthinking it and letting him... I was trying to kite him. If I just played aggressively, I would have won, but he was just like hitting me with the hammer and taxing me. The hammer auto attack, pretty good. And it has an evade, but other than that, I don't think it's better than short bow. Short bow is just way more deeps. You can one-shot someone with short bow. You can't really do that with hammer. Berserker is good? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is. We'll see after the patch, though. You're getting disciplines, fast hands, but you're losing staff. There's going to be definitely a lot of cooking going on for warrior and engineer. My berserker build is going to probably use arms defense. I'm going to go dual wielding trait and then cleansing eye or whatever the other thing is. This guy's sword conduit. I don't really like sword because conduit as a spec doesn't really have much like active defense to it. It's mostly stats. It's like passive defense. So you go sword and you're just a free kill. Kinda. Is Dragon Hunter good? I mean, everything is good. If you're gonna ask me what everything... So you asked me what is my top 5 spec and you're like hoping that Dragon Hunter is in there or what? Like, if you want to play Dragon Hunter, play it, man. Everything is good if you play it enough to get good at it, and to play it to get good at it, you have to enjoy it, otherwise you ain't gonna put the time in. Oh, this guy's a squisher. This guy's a squisher. He's gonna make it in the gate? Unfortunate. I'm cool with Choya, bro. We're cool. Core Warrior will benefit most from fast hands? Probably, yeah, because it doesn't have anything else to use, so it needs to swap between its weapons faster. You just run out of stuff to use. Core Warrior just kind of like... You kind of sit there and don't use anything for a while on Core Warrior. Yeah, but if so, you saying that to me means you want to use your burst faster, but you're not going to have any adrenaline to use it without discipline. So is fast hands going to make a difference if you are already going discipline on warrior? Like, what are you going to go on core warrior? Arms, defense, strength? Nah, bro. I think you're going discipline. Or you ain't going to have any adrenaline. Swan Dive wins these. He ain't gonna take it though. Oh wait, Bercio's here now. Bro, why are you... Wait. Why are you playing Core Necro? Is Core more fun to you? Wait, Bercio doesn't... He doesn't know my Ritualist build, that's why. Okay, yeah. He doesn't know my Ritualist build. The Ritualist build is like Core Necro, but way more fun and way more potential. Swan Dive wins these. Since when does Discipline give you a lot of adrenaline? Since always. Swapping weapons gives you adrenaline, so you can get adrenaline when kiting. You underestimate how much adrenaline you get from just swapping weapons, I think. Because you don't need to hit things. There's so much time in combat where you're just swapping weapons and nothing else. And I believe that's 5 adrenaline, isn't it? So, is it 5 adrenaline? You don't like new specs? What do the new specs tell you, that Poland isn't a country or what? Like, come on. Oh, it's oh, he's Condi though. I guess need to go in here anyways. That too, it's not just the swapping weapon, it's also the refunding of it. It's both, right? Whereas if you... Well, they added some to strength, right? Strength now gives on movement skill, it gives some adrenaline. Okay, so they have a support. Who are we targeting? They have 2 supports, bro. Wait, is that 3? I see a target here. We gotta go help the thief back here. Get this kill. Actually, there's a kill shot right here. Get this kill shot. Okay, he uses CC, so he could stomp, but I think I'm faster to just kill. Got the immob. We took out their backline. Did our players die? Yeah, they died. Well, I'm not gonna fight like 2 supports, bro. Oh no, we got him, we got him. I'm taunted. Auto attack with quickness soon. I'm still glancing though. Oh, my damage. I stat checked him, bro. Yeah, so some people are using Jalis instead of Raza. I think Raza is like more versatile. Jalis is more like bruiser. My sword 3 is better. Holy damage. Yeah, Hexeater Vortex is OP. And the thing about it is not just because it's a Condi cleanse. It's because most elite specs, or sorry, what are they called? Legend stances. Most legend stances, they have like one skill that is just not useful in most situations. Yeah, I played X and X2. Best games. X2 has the better soundtrack, I'm gonna say it right now. X2 has a better soundtrack. But obviously X is the better game. What was I saying though? Yeah, so for example, Shiro stance. Shiro stance is pretty good because like you go in, you go out, or you do damage. That's nice, but then you go to like Malik stance. It's like you have a stun break. The stun break isn't always what you want to do when you're stun breaking. And then it has like a leap skill, which is pretty good now. But then it has like a corrupt skill, which is also kind of like situational, but you generally don't use that anymore. Maybe because they're over nerfed. Heal the boys. Are we cleaving? I don't think we have the cleave. This guy is really squished though. Can we cleave? Can we cleave? Can we cleave? Nah. Yeah, X2 was it was a very weird game for me because I had not really played many games with female protagonists at that point, right? That wasn't really a popular thing at the time. It was very progressive and very innovative in that way, right? I mean, I guess there was definitely games that did that, like Lara Croft and such, but like it was the first Final Fantasy game that did that. I believe, right? Yeah. And it felt weird to me, like, because when I would play X2, there would be all the like girly lines that you would have to like listen to for the story, and the story was good, but it's like your parents like are listening to you playing the game, and it's like, is my son okay? Like, is he? Like, no, it's a good game. It's just like, you know, sometimes you're playing as a female protagonist. But yeah, best FF game, you've only played 14. Best is, in my opinion, 10, and then followed by 7. But I am a Dirge of Cerberus enjoyer, which is like the sequel to Final Fantasy VII, right? Well, there's Advent Children, and then there's Dirge of Cerberus, right? Yeah. Like, the gameplay of Dirge of Cerberus is terrible. It's like a shooter game, but then it's also a Final Fantasy game with a really good, like, dark story. Go port over here. 6 is the best? Yeah, 6 is definitely up there. Not my top one, but I am so dead. Oh, by the way, so I played Claire Obscure for 5 minutes. That's on the menu now. I've played the like first 5 minutes of Clair Obscur just to check that the game works. So I will probably stream that game after the Christmas, probably. Sometime before the balance patch, but before Christmas. Who are we on here? Let's target. This little Asura is always on my ass, bro. Get this rat off me. Blue actually owns SMC, huh? It had to win Game of the Year. Yeah, that's true. I played Elden Ring before it got Game of the Year. What was I saying? So the legend stances. The legend stances are like very weird for Raza. Is not very weird because you have kind of like one thing you can use in most situations. Whereas, like, for example, Malix, you stun break and it does like an animation that is not very something you want to do. And then you have like the Banish Enchantment. Like the skills on Revenant are all very like, they're bloated. They do a lot of different things. But not always do you want to do like all of those things at the same time, right? And that's why other legend specs are sometimes kind of weird. Like Herald maybe. It's like trade-offs. There's trade-offs in Herald. But in Conduit, it's like, okay, so do I want to cleanse conditions? Like, that's always like good. It's always good to cleanse conditions. You need that like all the time. And then when you're stun breaking, you generally are like immobilized too. So getting resistance when you stun break is insanely good. And then movement skill that can go inward or outward, that's like the epitome of mobility or utility, right? So it's like just really good. Do I have Fury? I'm not critting. There's an Asura on me, man. I need to cleave this. Okay, let's port and then swap. This Asura is always on my ass, bro. What'd I say? Bro wants my D. But we don't do that, bro. That ain't... Oh, I'm getting supported. We ain't into rats, bro. What's up, Commodore? I gotta start calling you that now instead of Killer. You know, I might be going back to Twitch, only to multi-stream. I will not mainly stream on Twitch. I will only multi-stream. But I don't want to like do that when I'm working on other projects. I'm gonna finish my series first, and then I'll think about it. Because one thing I realized is that YouTube is not a good streaming platform. It's a good... I knew this already. It's a good video platform. Mostly because the discoverability just ain't there, right? And a lot of times, someone who will watch me, who would like to watch me on YouTube, just doesn't know that I'm streaming on YouTube. Because they don't go to YouTube to check who's streaming on YouTube. They go to Twitch to check who's streaming on Twitch, because that's how that site works. And this site works different. It's not even like the streaming on YouTube isn't even bad. I like the streaming on YouTube better than on Twitch. But it's just like how the site is designed is just people go there to watch streams, right? And so I think it will actually get me more viewers on my YouTube to stream on Twitch as well. It might get me less because there's less exclusivity, but let's get Swan Dive here. What are we going for? Little sir, I don't want to go for him. There's a Deadeye here though. Oh, I get the thief treatment, man. Oh man, that's not good. I'm gonna need some help. We're chilling, we're chilling. There's no order. Yeah, the Final Fantasy games are like, they're standalone games, but when you play one of them, it enhances the others. So, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? It's not like you can just get full value at the start. So you kind of have to replay them as well. But like playing Final Fantasy 7 and then 8 and then 9 is like peak. Playing them in that order is like peak. Because they were all being made at the same time. And so they all have like inter-references and stuff. They had 3 studios. I think they had a Hawaii studio that was doing 9. And then like 2 studios in Japan that were doing 8 and 7. I think. Yeah. And if you play 14, then you just like get insane dopamine if you've played all the other Final Fantasies first. So play all the other ones before playing 14. Does cleansing channel cleanse stuns? Cleansing channel? No, because a stun is not a condition. A stun is just a disable. Conditions are not. So your question is like, is a stun like a condition? It's not. It's not a it's not a condition. Conditions are. There's like days as well, which is not a condition. You have to stun break those. There's the Asura on me, bro. Shit. Can we get this even? I doubt it. You don't like this Ritualist? You haven't played my Ritualist, trust. The thing about Ritualist though is it's a little bit slow. It takes some time to cook, right? Twain Wagard. What is that guild name? Oh, here comes the boys. We are so cooked. This Deadeye wants me dead. I'm dead. Trill. You just played it? Did you play my Ritualist? Or did you play the Blood one? The Blood one is not fun. In my opinion. It's better, probably, in terms of like tankiness. But like you just kill things when you play my version. Too many buttons. Yeah, so that's the thing about Ritualist is it's actually one of the harder necro specs to play because it's got a lot of buttons. Scourge has a lot of buttons too. But you generally just face roll those buttons. I mean, I guess you can do that with Ritualist too. Oh, there's a Reaper here. He's a free kill. Holy squisher. He's a squisher. I'm gonna get all energy. He dodged. I got randomly dazed. My burst combo feels really bad. Bro went in. Bro went in. Bro is just going in, I guess. Port to a wall? That did not port me very far. No! No! And there's the the jump. He's death magic, blood magic too. Bro is running Stoop Kid Reaper. Oh shit! And he jumped. Oh, so it's Tuesday, right? Yeah. The hell is this? Bro, are they stealing Wuthering Waves Linnae for this or what? Are we going to Star Torch Academy? But yeah, the what was I gonna say? Something about Ritualist. The Ritualist has a lot of cool stuff on it, I think. I think I will enjoy the Ritualist, not because it's like easy to play, but because there's like a lot of cool stuff you can do on it. In terms of like combos with the spirits, it is very like kind of one-dimensional. You just use spirits. But the spirit combos are there for sure. There's a lot of complexity to spirit combos. And I think most of the time people don't know how they work. They usually just like throw all their spirits out and then they press 5, right, to port them all on top of the target, and then they just spam a bunch of damage that way. But if you do that every time, you're going to die, right? You're not as tanky as you used to be. So you're going to die if you do that all the time. So you have to know when to port out. But you need to like port near enemies still. So you need to like kind of hedge a little bit with Necro or Ritualist, because you want to port near them so that you do damage, but you want to port into an area that's like safer still. You don't want to just port on top of them necessarily. You could just port on top of them if you want to insta-fear, but that's like the average Necro main who doesn't really like think much is going to just do that. But there's more to it than that, you know. There's also order. Order is very important to Ritualist. A lot of people are just going to spam the 2 because it does the most damage, and then because of soul twisting they can use it again. So they're just going to use 2. But I noticed that the more I spam 2, the more people keep random dodging it. So I think if you're being aggressive, the 3 might be better. But the thing about the 3 is it's kind of like melee oriented and ground target oriented. So it's harder to land. But if they're running at you, then the 3 is easier to land. So you generally want to do 2, right? Ideal situation, you use 2 and they don't dodge. But people just random dodge whenever a Ritualist goes in Shroud all the time, because that's when you need to dodge. I feel like you get more value using the 3, because if they insta-dodge when you use 3, well, the 3 is delayed anyways. So you do still kind of land it sometimes. And if you do a double 3, that's a lot of CC. And then like I noticed like I was losing a lot of matchups on Ritualist. But then I realized that if I just do double 4, I win those matchups. I win all the matchups that I normally lose just by using the 4 twice. Because I just tank up long enough for the spirits to do their damage. People like... The way that you beat Necro, right, is you poke them and then you get out. But if I use double... what is it called? Preservation. Double preservation kind of prevents you from being poked. This guy's an XTC, by the way. Whenever you see someone who's a Diamond Knight with no tag on, that's a little bit sus. Boom. Okay, we can get him now. No damage. Who else is having fun? What? You don't play this game for fun. You play this game to pad DPS meters. What do you mean? Crucio is getting run down. Oh, by the Asura. Our favorite little ankle biter. Bro has bit my ankles more than anyone else today. Well, yeah, but... Oh, this is the guy who jumped on me, too. Ain't it funny how that works out? Oh, they're coming, they're coming. Get them quick. Get a double dodge. Do this. A lot of mobility. What is my favorite spec? I'm a multi-classer, okay? You don't tell me which one of my characters is my favorite. You're right, all right? You don't tell a father which one of his children are his favorite. You don't put him in that position. You will never forgive the DMCA. Yeah, that's the thing about Twitch as well, is like they kind of just lie and kind of like skirt around what's it called? Copyright. So you can, yeah, just play anything you want there. I think I can currently still play basically whatever I want on Twitch in terms of music. That is kind of a trade-off, huh? But it also makes all of my VODs unusable on YouTube. But yeah, I listen to a lot of you're calling it elevator music, but I call it jazz fusion, which is its correct terminology. I didn't listen to like bossa nova on stream, bro. That is the elevator music. Also, what am I even listening to? Did someone tell me that I have both music on? My bad. My bad, I had both music on. No fucking wonder. I can barely hear the louder music, so I couldn't hear the one underneath it. You listen to it too? Yeah. This is all I can do for you. You dodged it. Oh, yeah, you're gonna die, I think. I think you're gonna die. What if I do this? Then I will die. Shit, bro. See, like, my plan was they will go for the easier kill first. Wait, he didn't make it out. He didn't make it out. My plan was to make them go in the opposite direction, right? That's the way that I help my teammates, is just become the bait. But as soon as I use whatever it's called, Beguiling Haze, I get instantly dazed. Which, by the way, that skill in Guild Wars 1 is a daze. I think it dazes both of you or something. But I was gonna double Beguiling Haze on the wall, but I just get dazed instantly, and it goes on a 4-second cooldown. And when I have like 5 people hitting me, I don't really have time to, you know, wait for a 4-second interrupt cooldown, so I'm just dead. I have to swap out instantly. But we're back, boys, we're back. Oh, we are so back. Look at the cleave. Release potential. Release! Someone down? Oh. Yeah, we can maybe not do this. I'm getting stunned permanently, man. Why did he jump down there? To help my allies, man. What do you mean, why did I jump down there? Why did Aragorn and Gimli jump onto the bridge in front of Helm's Deep? Answer that question first, and then you've got your answer. For the realm, of course. For the realm. Oh, we got unblockable? See, my sacrifice might have actually made us win that fight, because I split, like, half of them went for me instead of the rest of my team, and now we're emboldened. Is this elite spec still ass? So, I think its design is ass. But in terms of, like, its play patterns, I kind of like the Raza stance. The Raza stance is cool. But, like, in terms of, like, the traits are just the most boring shit ever. Actually, well, this trait is actually pretty cool, and they buffed that. But the rest is just, like, sustain. And, like, the affinity, I think the affinity mechanic is terrible, to be honest. But honestly, it's not, like, bad. It's powerful. Oh, it's this guy. The Deadeye main. He has, like, all of his, like, hater guilds. So, my last video I made was for this spec. And I need to do a dedicated stream for this spec, because I've just done that for every class so far. But this isn't... I'm going to play the story pretty soon here. But, I need to do another stream for this spec in World v World. Because I've just done that for everyone, so I might as well do it for this, right? But I'll probably do that after the balance patch. When I am making the next videos. I mean, I never said that it was like a bad spec. I always said it was like just bad design, not fun. And to be honest, like, that's still kind of true. Precast this. Oh, we got the emote. No, we did not. Obvious Ducks is on me. I didn't get the last hit. I need to get this kill. He's out of cooldowns. I need to cleave. Oh my damage. There's one missing. Where'd he go? I'm still in combat. Oh, he's in downstate. Well, the reason why you have zero interest in playing Revenant, well, at least, okay, you probably don't even know this because you haven't played it yet, but the reason why you wouldn't have interest in playing Rev is because it is one of the worst design classes in terms of build diversity and just being overly convoluted for no reason. It's the only class with 2 class resources, I believe. Is it 2? Because you have affinity and you have energy. It's like, it was already convoluted enough to have energy and cooldowns. But now you have affinity and energy. And to be fair, affinity is really, you don't really need to think about it. Just play the game and just spam your F2 whenever possible. You only need affinity for the F2 and just use the F2 whenever, right? But then, like, why is the affinity there at all? Why don't they just... Why do they make, like, the affinity mechanic so convoluted when they could just make your F2 basically, like, easier? Like, have some kind of situational scaling on it still, but just not tied to some convoluted mechanic that you get when you use skills, and that you need UI to tell you how much you have. You know? Perhaps. I got random CC there, not fun. But we get these. Should be going on that, maybe. Need a target. No, I'm not Condi. Blitzball, yeah. It's Luca's theme, but yeah, Luca is synonymous with Blitzball. You need to fight Amalgam better? Try dodging. Are you getting immobilized and then you can't move and then you just die while you're immobilized? Because that's like a chain of events that's happening from one mechanic that you don't see. You're probably getting spear immobilized. And that is a very telegraphed thing that you would only know if you played Engineer. Well, you kind of know. Basically, the spear their 3 skill in spear, they'll do a mechanic which is very obvious. You'll see the obvious animation which does like electricity around them, and they'll get a buff. And then after a few seconds, they can use the 3 skill again, which fires a meteor from the sky, which immobilizes you. That is extremely predictable, but if you don't expect it's coming, then you can get immobilized easily. So you gotta watch for the tells, and then dodge when you see them, because what they'll do is they'll throw their arm up or whatever, and then the meteor comes from the sky. There's like 4 different tells that that's coming, so if you don't dodge that, it's kind of like on you. But if you don't know all those tells, then yeah, it's like... After I do my last series video, the Gale Shot is going to be the last one in the series. I might do another matchups video, but like every matchup. Like teach just like go over every single thing that you could possibly have to watch out for in every class. Okay, maybe not everything, but like the main things. And the video will be outdated within like a month probably, because they'll change something, but it'll probably be a low effort video. It'll be a long video that's low effort, because like there ain't no way that I'm gonna do that kind of video with high effort. I will be like working on that for an entire month, if that's the case. And it'll get like 2,000 views because no one actually cares about that stuff. Like they should care about that, and they oftentimes ask the question that is answered by that, but they, at the end of the day, they don't really care that much about matchups. Or maybe they do. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Got a lot of pressure there, but couldn't do much more by myself. Thief is here. Thief just took a massive hit. Can we one-shot him? Thief is on me. Another thief, actually. Different thief. I'm waiting for the thief to come out of stealth. I land my CC on like 2 people there. Didn't get CC there. There's a dead thief, maybe? No. Put the slow down. We need to focus a target like they are. There's like 4 different thieves on us, bro. Yeah. I think no one else is gonna make it out but me. Yeah. What about a medic series? If I do a medic video, it'll be one video. And we kind of already did that, right? We already did a medic video. But I don't think that's like a high demand thing, to be honest. Like, it's kind of cool and it is in demand to some extent, but not to the point where it's kind of worth it to like put that much effort into like multiple, like a series. Although we are going to be adding more medic builds, we just aren't gonna like, you know, advertise them through a full-on video. There will be guide and gameplay, but not like dedicated series. We kind of already have quite a few medic builds. We're gonna remove some too, because some of them were just kind of forced in there for like the novelty of the idea. Like medic soul beast, like you don't really need to be a medic to give people like shared stances, right? I'll just promote minstrels. The thing is, yeah, I will be promoting minstrels. Some builds will just be better as minstrels, but at the same time, it's like we're promoting more than just minstrels, and the current meta is literally just minstrels, so I think it's still healthy. But like, for example, some builds, they just don't do any damage, even when you go like hybridish. So there's not really a reason to go Selly or something like that. And minstrels will give you more support for sure, because it has boon duration. Can knock him here. Boom. I don't think I downed him, but just in case. Yeah, but Koopa only plays Mesmer, right? I guess he plays some RP builds. Uh-oh. Oh my god, that wall. That wall, bro. Okay, so we need to get to this wall. I got the extra hit. Huge. 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 Out of combat, bro. Look at that mobility. I ported 3 times there. Does Scrapper want to fight? I don't think so. What would I run with Dagger Shield? You can run Dagger Shield with Hammer. Go Dagger Shield, Hammer, and like Demo Zerk. This fucking menace, man. Wait for the port. I got the knock. Where did he port though? He ported this direction, didn't he? He's out of combat. I wish I used the 2 instead of that. We coming for you. Oh, he went this way. He went behind me. Oh, where you going, bro? Where you going? Where you going, little bro? He spammed his rifle 3 or rifle 4 3 times. He spammed the rifle 4 3 times, bro. And it still did nothing because I was taxied by him. Holy. Medic Luminary? Yeah, so that's a build that we haven't actually added yet, because I don't actually know how I'd play that, because I haven't really tried it, I haven't tested it. But that's definitely on the list for a build that we're gonna add. I just haven't done more than the initial power luminary build, because I'm gonna do one of each for my series before I get through them all. And I don't want to like invest in something before I finish the series, because like overworking, bro. Should I do the story now? Should I finish the story? I did get some PSTs earlier, but for some reason, if I haven't shown the tab for a while, it just doesn't remain. I'm baiting. We're baiting a little bit too hard there, though. If you're in front of me, you're baiting hard. Oh, you're on... Oh, that's Condi Conda. Not quite as mobile as me, though. Alright, I'm going in. I'm not going in. Okay, we one-shot this guy. No. He's gotta have Shroud soon. Okay, we get this one. Ooh. Oh my god, was that a clone? Why'd that thing die so fast? Core Rev. Bro is Core Rev, but he's gold. How? Did you just like buy the expansion 7 years later, or what? Okay, this troop is pretty low. That's their E-girl, you can tell. They all just ran to her help. Holy, that's too funny. They all came for us now after we went for the troubadour. Oh! We gonna make it out? There's no valid path up here. The boys got my back. Yeah, they didn't care when we were attacking anyone else, but as soon as that troubadour got attacked, they went mad. Put this down. Appeal to the boys with Immobilize. The old peel the onion strategy. Ain't no one done it better. I am literally so good at cooking that I can peel onions. Unmatched onion peeling. I hit him there. That was him. I got a third one. Oh, I wasted it. Where is he? Got him? I like that this guy's running Raza stance though. I don't know if he's power Condi though. I'm gonna assume power. He's kind of squish. So we're here. Okay, he went this way. Oh, oh, we got him revealed, boys. We got him revealed. Rat revealed. This guy runs around with like a guild tag called like NT No Tactics. And all he does is just runs us down, just being annoying with like Condi Deadeye. Like perma-stealth Condi Deadeye. He just like runs you down with that tag up. He put the tag down, I guess, because he got farmed a little bit too much. I can't do anything against this support Tempest. I'll go somewhere else for this amalgam. Can't dodge? No, he can dodge. That's a pretty nice placement of that 4. We're doing big damage. Did we lose it? We lost it. Well, we gotta go out this way. So let them push out and then I'll go up the stairs. I gotta go now, bro. I gotta go now. Slick. We out. I don't think I can get you there. This guy though. No, that is a tanky boy. I'm probably dead. I don't know what did that much damage. Yeah, so how do classes in WoW work now? I know, because I have played Holy Pally in BFA, slightly, and I think you would, like, judgment the target, and then if enemies hit that target, then you get, like, healing on them or something, but that's how it's always been. But I know that there's, like, more to that now. I peeled for you, Mom. I can't do more. I know, like, Prop Pally is extremely brain dead in BFA now. It always was brain dead, but, like, even more, I think. I assume Pally is always gonna be brain dead, but, like, the design of it was not fun for me, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I used to really enjoy Pally. But I don't think I really like it anymore. Or I didn't like it when I played. Maybe they changed it. You're gonna be like, yeah, bro, they changed it. Yeah, bro, it's so much better. And then it's just gonna be the same. Yeah, you like get this basically every class in WoW is like that nowadays. It's like use some like a thing to get a resource and then use that resource. And then there's also like something on your screen to like show you when something triggers so you can use like a specific skill for free. It's like I got a random trigger so now I can use this one skill with no cost. It's like it was kind of cool when I played that because that was a thing on like Frost DK and Wrath, but then they just like did that with every class. I was like, okay, I guess we're just playing every class is the same. Oh yeah, they had it on Frost Mage too. Frost Mage, or no, Fire Mage. Fire Mage was the original proc class, and I played Fire Mage in Wrath. You would just like crit and get Pyroblasts for free. Because like Pyroblast is like a 5-second skill, right? To cast. But Pyroblast would be free if you like crit a certain, like you had to like crit 2 times in a row. So it was literally a casino class. But if you had like enough gear where your crit chance was really high, then you would just be getting it all the time. So it was like a pretty high investment, like late game kind of play style, but I played it early on too. But basically just you get so much dopamine when you get the free pyroblast, because pyroblast is such a like a heavy hitting skill. But I'm pretty sure that that playstyle is still in WoW, right, where you get free pyroblast. But I'm sure that it's like it's not the same, because pyroblast is probably just a skill that you use normally anyways now, and so it's not as high risk high reward. It's just kind of like spammy. I just know it's like that. I don't need to have played the game. I know it's like that. Because that's WoW, bro. That's WoW. But yeah, they did that with every class. So basically, I don't really like WoW class design anymore. I'm a classic Andy. And I don't even like classic anymore. Well, to be fair, my favorite thing in WoW was Mythic Dungeons, but everything else in retail was bad. So it's like it is a trade-off. This guy's a little bit out of position in here. Oh, is this the Deadeye? Yeah, we did kill the Deadeye here, huh? Yeah, that's why I said, what's it called? I said Conduit is like a WoW class, because there's just like unnecessary UI there. I get it why it's there in WoW, because it's like a fully tabbed target game. But it doesn't mean I gotta like it. I mean, WoW combat is actually not bad. I kind of like it in a lot of ways, but I also dislike it in a lot of ways. It's definitely one of the better MMO combats. But it's like, yeah, hero specs. So is it like elite spec? Oh, they're stealing elite specs now, bro. So shameless. First they do dragons, then they do home player housing, and then they stole. Well, to be fair, Guild Wars 2 stole fishing from WoW. This is a bit, by the way. I'm joking. Player housing and like fishing is not really something you can steal. That's just an MMO thing. And like, I just thought it was funny that all the Guild Wars 2 players, I really did not like when they came out with the dragon riding in WoW, and all the Guild Wars 2 players were pretending like they stole that from us. Like, brother. First of all, inspiration. Second of all, how many things did your game steal? It was not a good look. It was a very like clout chasery type of vibe during that time. So I tried to say like, bro, look at fishing. Oh my god, fishing, because that was End of Dragons when that happened. We stole fishing from WoW. It's like, undelude yourself. Just enjoy. If it does it well, be happy for them that they did it well. More competition is good. I mean, obviously WoW doesn't do it better. I don't think the dragon riding was that good, because there was like no purpose to do it other than like to explore. But WoW doesn't have like the best open world. So, and there was like dragon riding, I think they were like basically races, right? Which I guess those could have been cool if they had like cool paths that were scenic. But yeah, I don't know, man. Did they remove dragon riding, by the way? Isn't WoW fishing different? I mean, it's a mini game. It's a fishing mini game. Like what? Dragon riding is different than in Guild Wars 2 as well. You can climb on walls in Guild Wars 2. And well, actually, the dragon riding was like a mix of the griffin and the dragon, actually. So, to be fair, yeah, I guess it kind of stole two things. They didn't remove it, so you can still, in the new expansion or whatever they're doing right now in WoW, you can dragon ride on the maps, right? Because that was one thing that I also noticed was kind of bad, like the borrowed power stuff. But I'm not sure if the dragon riding was part of the borrowed power. Anyways, there is the guild tag. I think we need to do this. Knock him down. The bait. The bait. He fell for the bait, bro. It's a core mechanic now. So you can play like BC. If you're leveling up still and you get to BC where you I don't know how this works, but you probably don't get flying mounts in BC anymore. But when you get your flying mount, which is probably before you play Dragonlands or whatever, you can dragon ride before then, or you have to get it in Dragonlands still? Oh, I should do the story now. You automatically unlock flying at level 20? That is crazy, bro. Oh, so there is no basic flying anymore? So every mount has the same mechanic as dragon riding. But wait, so why would you dragon ride instead of basic mount? Isn't basic mount like just more powerful? Because like you don't, well, I guess it's slower maybe. It's probably less fun as well. But I don't think like WoW players, and you're free to dissent with me here, but I don't think WoW players are really like to do things for fun. They like to do things because they're optimal. That's the vibe that I get when I play WoW. They would do something that's unfun because it's optimal. Because they kind of have to in a lot of cases, but I don't think you have to. But I guess you don't have to with dragon riding. So I guess they would. Yeah, I'm gonna do the story now. I need to finish the story. And if I finish the story, I probably won't have much. Yeah, I actually gotta do something later on, so I won't play Clair Obscur today. I will play that after Christmas. Maybe I won't, though. Maybe I won't play it. We'll see. No promises, but I mean, I bought it, so I might as well. Alright, let's do the story now. Get on my NG. Let's turn down the music. And then turn up the music. Okay. Where was I? We did something with what's his face? Isgarin. Oh, right. So I was doing the fetch quest. I was fetch questing. We finished the fetch quest to uncover the relics. To do what? Inquest know about the Ancora. Right, so there's a artifact called Ancora or something, and it's very powerful, and the Inquest are looking for it. And we are trying to triangulate the Ancora by using other relics from the Seers.
They're turning this place into an antiquary's haven.
Antiquary mentioned.
Plundered and turned to profit.
The Seneschal is giving them a heck of a time, at least. We should thank it for holding them off this long.
Such a crude fate. Stuck protecting this place until Sidon's shackles fall. He only sought self-preservation. Don't let my ire distract. Did you locate anything else of note?
Found some runes. When I touched them, I saw images. Felt a little warm, too. Probably active magic.
Runes? Where were they?
Embedded into rocks, or maybe they were shrines. Spread out across the coast and forest. I found 3.
Describe them to me.
I don't remember them. Yeah, dragon riding was like Ocarina of Time. It's like Ocarina of Time. Just eat your carrots. They stole that from Ocarina of Time. Zelda. Honestly, yeah, steal shit from Zelda. That's a good idea. Keep doing that. Subdued but immense power. Flooded coastal. Okay, I think that was the one that I was just at. Maybe?
Scudo. The shield. Every trap, weapon, and threat that reacts to our presence is powered by that rune. Even the fog that surrounds this island.
Okay, so this is a little bit more serious than I thought. High ledge to the north. It was magic overwhelm. Its magic was overwhelming.
That would be Falta. It refers to those who have not been granted permission to enter these grounds.
Hidden grotto east of here. A voice.
Santuro. The sacred place. It is in reference not only to the island, but to the sacred ritual grounds. While the threats we faced have been immense, they will only get worse the farther we travel.
True, that's from Pandaria. Wait, no, that's from Heaven's Ward, bro. The Sea of Clouds. They just stole that from Sea of Clouds.
These are binding runes. Each represents a different facet of a very immense spell. These images that you saw, did they evoke anything?
Reminded me of that plaza. I was there earlier, trying to find you.
The plaza.
Yeah, and there was a statue of a seer at that plaza.
If I can locate the hook, perhaps I can channel a seeking spell.
Meaning?
You need to get us to the plaza.
A seeking spell, huh? Okay, so that's like all the way northwest.
On your last outing.
The thing about this story, though, is like it kind of did start to get more interesting. Like it had a little bit of a lull at the start. Like it was a little bit slow paced. I mean, the boat trip was kind of cool, and then we get to the island and it kind of like slows down a lot, and then it picks up again to like where we are now. But I feel like it's not gonna have enough time to like cook. It it built up properly like a proper story should, but then is it just gonna abruptly end now? We're already on the second map. I really think that they should go back to doing their original expansion model. Put more quality into each expansion, not more expansions.
What are we doing here?
When someone
But that's
casts
just my
a
opinion.
spell that requires multiple binding runes, it demands a lot of the caster. That essence clings to the air. If I can grab hold of the point where the spell was originally cast, we may be able to witness when the runes were conjured. Let me concentrate. It'll make more sense if I can show you. I hear it. Come, we find her.
Okay, so there's like a conjuration. Oh, this is that big thing in the center. Can I give him swiftness? I cannot.
It's you?
Sydney?
You are ignorant. Am I to leave all who turn to us for help to crumble? We already abandoned the Versat to battle Site 10 alone.
The Coden voice was not going to die. She was simply not ready to wield the power that stood before
Right, they were meddling in affairs secretly.
So you gifted her ours. What logic guided you toward that choice?
I saved her soul from Coda's claws.
You mutilated our power to your will. You turned the right of divinity into a parlor trick. You betrayed us, Iskarin, and this is but the peak of your ever-building sedition. Time and time again, you chose yourself. Especially now, as the Massat seek our blood. I cannot allow your negligence to flourish as war rages against us.
Sidoney, listen to reason. I have never stepped against you.
You are too great a risk and must be struck from this place. You are not of my flock any longer.
He's getting the Prince Rurik treatment.
You are banished, Iskarin. Exiled from our people. No home, no belonging, no asylum. My Seneschal will attack you. Your mind will fail you. If you touch Ancora again, your flesh will burn. Leave. Scudo, Falta, Santuro.
So he's the only one surviving. It has something to do with the fact that he was not part of them.
I knew you were exiled, but he cursed you?
And he left all of this to punish and mock me. Am I so theatrical to you now, Wayfinder? From the fog that surrounds this place to every trap left behind, it is a stronghold, built to keep me out. It simply proved effective at keeping everyone else away too. Until now.
Explains why you put up with a 2-week stay on Saida's ship.
If I could fix any of this myself, I would have long ago.
Wait, he's moving.
We must abandon this place before war reaches our shores. It is time. Perhaps the tree.
Although fading, the final flickers of his essence drift southward.
Is that where the artifact is? Can you follow it?
I should be able.
Then let's go.
This became personal. Wait, so at first we thought he was sus, but now we understand, I think, that he's a good guy, I think. I think that's the turning point in the mystery there. At least against him. We still have other questions about other things like the inquest and the seers, but like him, Isgarin, I think.
There's so much wild magic here, and it's so closely entwined.
Unfortunately, we don't have to fight him again. Or maybe that's fortunately. So, is the curse the reason why we had to fight him in Soto, though? It has to do with the demons, though. I forget why we had to fight him in Soto.
The vault should be near. Even though my senses are dulled, I can hear the low echo of Ancora's call.
Let's spread out and find a way in.
Entrance to the Hidden Seer Vault. Can I use the skimmer? Is it potentially down here? Maybe that could be it. I just walked forwards.
Strange Siden's spell. I didn't know the way, and yet there it is, nestled in my memory. How prosaic.
Nasty magic.
Indeed. Now, my people were as theatrical as they were pragmatic. By the looks of it, the door is sealed by a tiered balancing charm. To enter, we'll need to manually activate each tier to disengage the lock. The activation points...
Are you telling me we need to do more like Simon Says?
Since we don't have a vault keeper in our presence, you will need to activate them, Wayfinder. I worry what it might do if I tried.
I'll start looking.
We're about to play some Simon Says here. Okay, I'm on the perimeter. I don't see anything. Oh, is there something here? Oops. Out of bounds. I don't... Something here.
I felt that.
You'd think the Seers would reinforce their territory a little more securely, given everything they've left behind.
Is this Saida?
These defenses were
Yeah.
always meant to be a temporary safeguard. Sidney hoped that he'd return should the Mersat fall, but he before they.
To their credit, only we've made it this far.
A pressure plate. How am I gonna find a pressure plate? I mean, I guess a pressure plate would stick out in a jungle. There's like magic over there, though. I don't see it. Oh, this again. Oh, wait, what's this? Nope. That ain't it. Oh, there's one. It's probably around the tree. There was two around the tree, so the third's gonna be around the tree, right? Yup. Just pattern recognition. Oh,
Who knows what's waiting for us in there? Or do you, Scar?
can't go in?
I do not. But I echo your caution, Tribune. Follow me. And try not to touch anything unless I instruct you to.
It's okay, we don't have any antiquaries in our party, right? Just don't tell Kaith. Oh wait, we have Saida.
Reminds me of Alona. Thousands of years of secrets buried away in the sand.
When you've been in one ancient tomb, you've seen them all.
Is he talking about Adelburn? Peculiar orb. Hold up.
You hanging in there?
This place is stressed.
He told me not to touch something and I touched it.
Sure wanted
I
to keep
forgot
doing
already.
that, huh?
I broke rules and was punished for it. I'm not undeserving by my people's standard, that is. I shouldn't interact with anything. You must search on my behalf. Please, use a delicate hand.
Okay, that looks like a key.
Probably not our artifact, if it's just sitting out. It's a staff we're looking for. Right, Iskarin?
Ooh, a dagger.
Yes.
Yeah. That looks like a war horn.
Don't touch it, Wayfinder. Not unless you want all your vital fluids to evaporate in an instant.
Oh. Yeah, that's not good. What about this ancient archive?
A lot of scrolls in here.
That looks like
I
Cormier's.
wonder if the Astral Ward or Dermond Priory could preserve them.
Oh. Dermond Priory is a little bit handsy in here. There's a scroll there.
No mention of Dividium Nava. I wonder if the Seers had any idea that their creations would cause so much strife.
I think they didn't know. They just were willingly doing that.
Beautiful. Well, we're definitely in the right place, but we need to go farther inside.
An echo grows louder. Perhaps, yes, we must go deeper. This vault is sealed by Shadowstone. Ancient seer magic used to store immense power.
Like Bloodstone, yeah?
One inspired the other, so to say. But Shadowstone is far more powerful and more pure. Inert as it is now, the stone is useless. But my heritage serves our purpose. I can form the magic that the stone feeds on. Wayfinder, you'll need to collect the coalesced energy and deposit it in the stone. Even inert, it reaches for me, and it's ravenous. I will begin. Prepare yourselves.
It's pretty dark in here. Ley magic. Shadowstone is like yellow. We're doing a fetch quest inside the story instance, man. It never ends. I like that Ritlock is using the Raza legend though. He looks just so badass. Porting around like that. He's not using an offhand though. I should be using the morph skills. What am I doing? Keep using the hammer skills.
Proceed.
Oh, it's dark in
I'm no
here.
stranger to spelunking, but this one feels different. Is it colder in here?
We are likely the first living beings to enter this place in a millennium. The magic senses us. It's curious. Shadowstone.
This is it, isn't it?
It is
The staff.
revolted by my essence. Wayfinder.
Is it the legendary? You can get this legendary in game, can't you?
Incredible. Does anyone else hear that?
Oh yeah, I do. Got a hell of a lot louder when you picked it up, too. I am not a fan.
Those who crafted Ancora sacrificed a piece of their essence to it. You are hearing all of them, all at once.
Sounds way too powerful to be tucked away on some island.
Sidney thought its destruction would mark our demise. Otherwise it would have been destroyed long ago. Do you wish to ascend?
What was that?
I don't know, but let's get eyes on whatever it was.
How do I use this thing? Is that? No, I thought I saw an inquest. My bad. It was. Oh shit. Yep, it was an inquest. That's for sure.
You don't see the necessity of my path yet. But you will, Commander. You're results-oriented. Always have been. That's fine. You'll come around. Seb, keep them occupied.
I'll handle it. get out of here.
Take your time.
Some amalgams. All right.
Looks like you've got this.
Are you leaving already?
Yeah, just like you left me on that beach to be eaten by a crab.
Don't assume I need you, Kuda, because I don't. Stand down. I want to have my fun first.
Traitor. Coordinated attacks. Amalgam weaponry. Where's my weapons, bro? Oh, there we go. You are so cooked, bro.
Blocks and I will carve a new path.
I don't think Vlox is putting you in his will, though. Okay, that's just a shockwave. He does some damage, though, I'll tell you that. Coordinated attacks.
Everything is going to change.
Is it now? We watch for the coordinated attack. Oh, the missiles! Dodge through it? Yo, it's not going away. Oh, he pulls in. I got CC'd. Okay, so I need to block during that?
Useless machine. I will end this myself. 5,
Eyes
7,
on the raptors.
to my side.
He calls them Creation 5 and Creation 7. Okay. We can CC them? This is so free, bro. Here's some. Yeah, I got animation lock there because I hammer 3. Oh, there's the cleave. Eyes on the raptors. I am. Time to do the big old burst.
Get back up.
MCC.
I promise to utilize your innards in my next innovation.
I guess he's a biomancer, yeah, so there's that. He's a biomancer. It wouldn't be like
Eyes on the raptors.
uncharacteristic to use my innards as a biomancer, you know. I'm not really sure what that mechanic is, to be honest.
Eyes on the raptors.
Just surrender.
Big stun, big stun.
Pointless creature.
We CC him?
Finish them.
Big CC.
Mindless fool.
Good job, you two.
What do we do with them?
Put them out of their misery. No. We should free them. Zeb's dead, so I don't know if they pose any danger now. And this is their home.
Yeah, I guess they're still raptors. Are we gonna have them as pets?
You can go. Go.
Oh no. I think you've wait, no, they're fine. We're leaving. I thought they calibrated it to like be mind controlled by me now. Yeah, I'm an amalgam.
You good?
My well-being is the least of our worries now.
Well, the annoying one is dead. We won a battle.
Yeah, but Phlox has the staff.
Let's get Iskarin out of here first. Then we can figure out what to do.
The Dark Leviathan. That's the name of our ship. Yeah, surely those raptors will be relevant later in the story. Otherwise, why would they give them so much of a focus there? I mean, there's limited time in the story for anything like that, so they've got to be meaningful, surely. Speaking of, do I got masteries going here? Bro, what is this build though? Like, I just don't have things on, I guess.
There's so much wild magic here, and it's so closely.
Wild magic. Wait, we gotta go back to... Yeah, the shipwreck strand. Back to the Dark Leviathan. Path of Divinity, Soaring Sands. Maybe there's more to cook.
Time to figure out our next steps.
Allow me to set the stage. We've got an idealistic genius with menacing but vague aspirations on the run. Oh, and he's Inquest. And now he has a staff that will grant him potentially limitless power, and grant others the same. Have I missed anything?
That's about it, yeah. And we still don't know what he wants to do with it all.
At least you killed the snarly one. Seb, was it? The patrons of Pub Canuck have had a lot to say about him.
If Lox could perform the rite with just the staff, he'd have done it already. What else does he need?
Deeper in the island, there is a well of immense power. It is where Ancora was crafted, and where our rituals were performed. He must take Ancora to those grounds first, if he wishes to perform the rite.
Does he know that?
He knows how. Can a non-seer pull it off?
It would not be an easy feat, but it is not impossible. And he has proven his cunning at every turn. The Cryptists were driven by gluttony and revenge. The Titans by instinct. We don't know what drives Phlox. And now he wields one of the most dangerous conduits in Tyria. And we don't know what he seeks to do with it.
True.
He is a very real threat to us, and all of our people. Now we must stop him before his aspirations turn it all to ash.
Oh, he's calling.
Before I say anything else, I must thank you for disposing of Seb for me. In the end, his cruelty far outweighed his usefulness. He will not be missed. I regret that things have gone this way, Commander. You deserve better. But circumstances have dictated my choices for me.
You need to stop this, Vlox, while there's still time.
That there is still time is exactly why I must continue. The future of our world is at stake. Tyria has survived a dozen crises because of you. We may not survive the next if we don't act now. I am still not your enemy. I hope you will see that soon enough. But for now, I must continue onward.
He just refuses to elaborate.
You don't have to do this, Vlox.
I do, Commander. Someone must. And no one else will.
They're trying to make him... They're trying to, like, make him more... Story complete. That's the story, bro.
Are you ready to admit I was right about blocks?
Not at all. Have you forgotten your first meeting with the commander? You tried to turn them into Joko for a bounty.
That was different.
It was. You didn't even believe you were saving the world by doing so.
It was a mistake, and one I've more than atoned for.
Exactly. Which is precisely why it is too early to pass definitive judgment on Director Vlox.
Ah, you're an ass.
I humbly accept your concession, my dear.
Yeah, they're trying to humanize Vlox for sure, but... Those, yeah, Kanak and Saida are like the kind of questionable characters, because he was in... I don't remember what he was in. He was just a renegade, right? And she was a part of the Corsairs. So, Vlox is an inquest. So there's definitely a little bit of questionability there.
No matter how noble the vision, no one should have this kind of power.
No kidding.
I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. What do you think he wants to do with it anyway?
He said that he wanted to return Tyria's destiny to the hands of her people. Still not sure what that entails.
Yeah, it's just not lining up for me yet. Especially since a part of the Arcane Council was on board. Even if Flax financed this, Vlox isn't a big fan of the Council. Whatever he sold them on was a false bill of goods.
Guess we should catch Ludo up, if we can get a decent signal to the mainland.
I'll take care of that. Wanted to see if I could touch base with Kree anyway.
So, they're just gonna leave us with that? Like, there's no closure to any of the plot lines?
I once thought that I knew the solution to each of the world's problems.
You don't?
It's impossible to know.
That's it. That's the story, man. I guess. Looking forward to the Gale Shot video. Yeah, we're gonna work on that one after the balance patch for sure. It's gonna be a banger. I already know. Yeah, it's a cliffhanger. You know, I really do not like that they release an expansion and like the story is incomplete. They should do an entire story and then they should do the living story after that to add on top of it. But it's like the living story is just part of the main story now, so it's just a half expansion.
Find something troubles you?
Which is fair. They spend half the time to make them now.
You know of an
Have I returned as arena partner? No,
I'm
I have
afraid I
not.
don't remember anyone by that name.
A Dracologist studying the branded. She.
Ah, yes. Lost.
If I returned as ArenaNet partner, I wouldn't be just randomly streaming the story. I would be. By the way, stop talking to Isgar. I would be marketing on Twitter and shit like that. I wouldn't change anything that I did though, otherwise. Yeah, I don't really like the fact that they do half an expansion. Maybe it's just because I like the Final Fantasy XIV story, but it will never ever be that, right? Because Guild Wars 2 is not about the story, it's more about the open world. But I kind of like wish that they would just, you know, do more story. But I think that the development of the story for some reason has like more. It has a lot of like, what's it called to it? It has a lot of like, not just development time, but like there's a lot of like horizontal development to it. Like they have to do new maps. You can't stay on one map for a long time. But honestly, what if you did? You did stay on one map for a long time, because they kind of move through them really fast. What is the number of hours? Like 50,000 at this point. I think that here's my review of the expansion. I think that the plot line of, what is it, Saida and Canuck is,
Why don't we take that boat of theirs?
Is not really fulfilled yet, obviously. But there was definitely some hints to it, there being some character progression for them, with the whole, like what we just saw there, the whole thing about you don't believe it? There you go. 47. I don't know where it's gonna go exactly, but I think what they're gonna do with Saida is they're going to kinda make it seem like she has like a moral like renaissance, where she, because she was a Corsair, right? So she has to have some kind of like empathy with Vlox, right? Because they were both kind of in factions that were morally ambiguous or even morally evil at some point. But she's, right now, they're trying to make Saida seem like she's like the good person, which I kind of think that they should. And Canuck is doing that role more right now. He's kind of taking the role of the more morally ambiguous person, because he's kind of like empathizing with Vlox and trying to say, hey, chill on Vlox. Like right at the end there, right? He was comparing Vlox to who is he comparing him to again? I forget, but he was comparing him to someone that was originally evil, and then they became like kind of good at the end, right? Forget who they were. They literally just said it, but I forgot who they were comparing him to. But basically, to someone who, basically, they redeemed themselves. I forget who. Does anyone remember who they were comparing Vlox to? But yeah, I think that Canuck is kind of taking that role of, we are morally ambiguous, and so therefore we have to be more lenient with what Vlox is doing. But Saida seems like she's not accepting that, so she's a little bit more on the like trying to be more not chaotic but more order. She's trying to be more order now, which I guess I don't think that's really what I think of Saida, to be honest. I don't think she is like that. But I guess it's good that there's a little bit of difference there, and so there's some disagreement, so there's conflict. But also, so those are like the two other main characters, but then there's Isgarin as well, who's like the third main character. And Isgarin was... he kind of had his like moment of he's sus, or we don't really trust him at the start. And the reason was because he's not allowed to go to this island or whatever. I'm not really sure on how that really manifests, because like the mist keeps him out, but he's able to get here by boat, so I don't know what that means. Like, how is the mist preventing him from getting to the island? But basically the fact that he's not allowed to go to this island because he's been banished, he couldn't tell us that for some reason. I guess that's just basically his character progression, because he didn't... it's a shameful moment for him, right? Like, he doesn't want to admit that he was banished, because that's something he regrets. So I guess he tried to avoid that as much as possible, and therefore wanted to avoid all the other things to help us in the process. But now that the cat's out of the bag, and we're able to do the things that he couldn't do because he's like magically cursed and can't do them, I guess he can like help us. And so he's like the good guy now, I think. What was that last quote he said? Something about he wishes he knew everything, but now he realizes he doesn't. So it's like an extremely humble... he made like an extremely humble realization there. So I think the character progression of Isgarin is... because we thought that Isgarin was extremely, you know, egotistical, because he treated us like we're all stupider than him. He's like just a superior being. And then we see his... I don't know what that guy was. Saida, or not Saida, that's the other seer that we saw the echo of, right? We saw that guy, and he was basically superior to Isgarin. And Isgarin was trying to do the right thing there. But normally, Isgarin is taking the position of... I forget the guy's name, but he's usually taking the position of that guy of like, no, we need to do this even though our feelings are saying otherwise. So he like immediately took a turn there. But the thing is, like, he made that turn in character progression from being like to being more humble, just based off of the fact that his secret has come out, right? Like, he's no longer able to hide it anyways, so now he's given up, which I don't think is like the most meaningful. Like, there could have been like a more meaningful event, like when Mabon, spoiler alert, dies. I don't know, maybe there's something with that they could have done, but he was kind of unaffected by that. And then, you know, maybe someone like... I don't know if there's anyone close to Isgarin, but like maybe there could be like a danger there. But it just kind of feels like he just humbled himself as soon as his secret came out of the bag, and that we didn't really do anything. There's just a random spirit there that reveals it, and then that happened. So yeah, the character... I mean, I like the direction that the characters are going in. I can see it. I can see where Said is going. I can see where Isgarin is going. And I think it's good, but it's just like, it feels like they aren't deserving of their character progression. They're just kind of getting there. But it doesn't make sense why they're getting there. But Canuck is almost like he doesn't have character progression, but his character doesn't need progression because he's already enlightened to the fact of like the ambiguity of morality, right? And so he doesn't have any character progression to make. But I would like to see him have more, even though I feel like his character is already kind of like pretty good. He adds a lot to the story in terms of like depth, but yeah, those are the three main characters. And then, oh, there's Vlox as well, yeah, but we kind of talked about that as well. So I think, yeah, the characters have potential, but we've only seen half of it, so we can't really tell too much. The maps, I like the maps. I don't think they're that distinct. They're like skimmer maps. I like that this is a skimmer map, and then the other one is like a almost like a Drizzlewood Coast map. In terms of it's a forest. It's not like Starlit Weald is not that interesting besides all the magic around. I like that this is another beach map, but we've got beach maps. You know, they're not that unique, but I think they're still good, you know? There's nothing like... Well, what is this?
Failed you, little brother.
A seer?
We both underwent the rite, but I was not whole. I was rejected, ill. Then the war came, and you left with Melior.
The war with the Mersat?
Without the two of you, I wasted away, sapped of strength and spirit. Perhaps one of the last few buried here before the rest left.
Yeah, that's another thing. They do a lot of the story through the like collections. Like that's a pretty funnily enough, I just ran into this guy. I would maybe have never ran into him before. But that's also interesting, right? So the Seers left. I think they already said that though. The Seers left. So I might have already known that, yeah. The Seers left during the Mersat War or whatever, because the Mersat were persecuting the Seers. So yeah, I think we kind of already knew that, I guess. But that's another thing is the Seer history lore is, you know, the story in Guild Wars 2 is not amazing, but the lore is good. And so I'd probably like to hear more about the Seer lore. And the whole fact of the Seers were here and then they prevented everyone from getting here, and by preventing people from getting here they kind of cut themselves off from getting help from the Mersat persecuting them. This is the story. I just finished it right now the first time. That was my first playthrough. So I think there's not much we can do now, like, right? Like, we're gonna wait until the next story patch, right? But I can't really review the entire story or give it like a faithful review based on like seeing half of it, right? Because I need to see the entire thing to really review it. But I think just from this little bit, it's definitely got a lot of potential. It just needs to finish up well. The issue is though that usually because it's so disjointed, like it suffers as a result of it being disjointed. So we'll see. But compared to Soto and Jantier Wilds, because obviously I think all the other expansions like End of Dragons and previous are just better. Obviously like Heart of Thorns S tier, End of Dragons A tier, Path of Fire. You know, I used to say Path of Fire was B tier, but you know, I kind of like it more now. Maybe it's like high B plus or low A. But then like Soto was like D tier, Jantier Wilds is C tier. So is this C tier or is it B tier? I don't know. There's not a lot of characters is another thing. There's very few characters in this story. I don't know if this is like the beginning of a new story or kind of like continuing another one, because it's like sort of continuing the Astra Ward story, which started in Soto, but that one was with the demons, and then the demons got ended, and then sort of Jantier Wilds continued that with the Titans, which were sort of related to the White Mantle, which were sort of related to the Mists, which is sort of related to the demons. But we don't know what the source of this magic is on this island. I guess it's just a ley line, Or it's the Shadow Stone, like there's a, not a Bloodstone, but a Shadow Stone nearby or something. I don't really know. So I'm not sure if they're gonna, like, where the plot is going, if it's going more into, like, the whole mist stuff and the demon stuff. Or we don't know why right? Vlox is just a mystery right now. We don't know why he wants to become so powerful. It's got to have something to do with the mist, right? And yeah, I guess it could, if it goes in a completely different direction, then it won't be really that related to Soto. But if it goes back to it probably goes back to Soto, right? And because it's an Isgarin plot, probably has something to do with that. So it might wrap that up, or it might go to somewhere else. We don't know. We have to find out. But that's kind of the problem with the expansion being half an expansion at launch. You know what I should do? I should just not play the story at all until the full thing is out. That'd be crazy though, because I'm denying myself like playing the open world maps for that long. Nah, there's no way I can do that. There's no way.
Ah, Wayfinder.
But maybe I just go to the new maps, but I just don't play the story. I could do that, maybe. But yeah, that is I was expecting the story to last a little bit longer than that, but it really just cut off abruptly. I expected it to cut off abruptly, but not that abruptly. Kind of disappointing, to be honest. It's like the issue with Guild Wars 2 is there's never enough. It's not like the quality is bad, it's just there's never enough. It's a quantity issue. Which is a good problem to have, to be honest. Quantity is a good problem to have. But it's still a problem. So yeah. Is there anything else I can do? I don't think I'm gonna go back to roaming just because the stream's gonna be just weird then. Weird. I mean, I could. New skin? Okay. But yeah, I guess we're gonna end the stream there. So the plan is probably stream maybe a little bit more Conduit after Christmas, and then maybe Claire Obscure. We'll see. But I will see you guys next time. Top 1 on Guild Wars 2 efficiency? No. No, it's not. But it's probably close. Alright, see you guys.